Hello, it's Haji here, your career coach. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you 4 tactics you can use to secure meaningful employment if you are overqualified. Some days ago, I received an email from my friend introducing me to a friend who has been out of work for over a year. And in that year, in the whole year, he struggled to actually few interviews. And the reason he gave, was the fact that he thinks that is the fact that he's overqualified is becoming a threat or is putting employers off. So I thought I should share that with you, and I'm sure some of you out there will really benefit from this. So in terms of talking about overqualified, I put them into 3 categories. The first category are the people who I call them being that, done that, So say for instance, the job you're applying for a role of a junior officer or a junior manager, and in the past years you've worked, you have considerable years in organization, and you've risen to the position of a senior manager. Here you are now, you're applying for a role of an officer or a junior manager. You are overqualified. The second category are these people that they've been at this level. So say for instance, I don't know what kind of banding or grade you use in your organization. Let's say for instance, you've been working at the level 5 or level 6 or 7 within the last 10 years. No promotion, nothing. And now you're coming to this organization to apply for the same level 5 or whatever. That will give organization a kind of question mark. Why? Why were you not promoted? In that way, you're overqualified. You've been at that level for a long time. So they will be expecting you to be looking for, a higher position. The top category, these are the people I call the high earners. Say for instance, you've been receiving say 60K salary or 70, you've been well paid in previous jobs before, and now you are coming to applying for a role where they're barely paying you £30,000 per annum. That will give the organization a question mark. So if you fall into these categories, you are overqualified. Now, if you now want to apply for a lesser job, you depending on your reasons, it could be childcare, it could be accident, it could be so many reasons. You know your situation. You need to have a strategy for approaching these organizations. You need to have a strategy for developing your CV. You're not going to use the same standard approach other people use. So the first thing for us I would recommend, which is tactic 1, is before the organization labels you, you need to quickly label yourself. You need to tag yourself in your profile. You're not going to have a standard profile like other people. Your profile will say your situation, reason why you are coming, downgrading, or reason why because you've, received a lot of money before. Now you're receiving, you're going to apply for a lesser pay. You need to say that in your profile. In that way, you've already tagged yourself, so you're explaining their doubt or answering their questions, whatever questions that pop up in their head. You're now explaining your situation. So that will be your profile. So the first one is tag yourself before you are tagged. The second thing you need to do is, I see many people that have qualifications. You see, they put lots of degrees, lots of qualifications, 15, 16 in their CV. I'm not sure your current employer, whatever your prospective employer wants to see that. What you need to demonstrate your competencies, your skill sets, and your accomplishments, and how they can benefit the current organization. You need to focus on more on your accomplishment, and again, how your skill sets can benefit the organization. That's the second thing you need to focus on, and that's what your CV should demonstrate. And if you're lucky to get an interview, that is what you should be talking about, not about your years of experience, but focus more on the project you've worked on and what skill set you have that made you to have a successful project. The third thing you need to do, which is very, very important, and I say to people, you need to show genuine interest in the organization's project, problems, or industry. You need to demonstrate in your CV or during the interview that you are, if the organization that have issues about their current issues at the moment, you need to show that you are passionate or you are interested in helping them to resolve the issues. And that's again, that will demonstrate in what I mentioned in 2 above, where you need to demonstrate how your competencies can help the organization. Say, for instance, the organizations are embarking on an exciting project. You need to demonstrate your excitement at the same time. How, you need to show in your CV and again during the interview how your excitement, and it will show not just in talking, again in your body language. They can feel it, and again you need to demonstrate your knowledge of the industry the organization is in. And the last thing, which is more important as well, like the other 3 I mentioned, is you need to try as much as possible to get people to recommend you. So you need to get recommendations from, the best, if you are able to do this, if you know people working within the organization, it would be good if you ask them to mention your name or write something about you or your job you've done in the past. If you don't, get your previous employers, get current employees, if to recommend you. If you're on LinkedIn, get people to recommend you. You can copy those recommendations, put them on your CVs, on your cover letters, just to show that, and their contact number so that they can contact them. These 4 things are really, really crucial. And I mentioned again, please take off all those 15 qualifications. They're not going to get you anywhere. They're not going to help the organization, except if the organizations are actually looking for those qualifications, then feel free to put them in. Otherwise, those are my 4 tactics you need in order to get you secure an employment if you think that you are overqualified. I'll see you next week. It's Aji.